This is Optimal Startup Daily, episode 775, 4 Words You'll Want to Use More Often in Your Career, by Deborah Shelby with digtofly.com. And I'm Dan, your host and your narrator here, and I'm with you every single day to help you optimize your business life. And if you've got any ideas for future shows or maybe a question about this show or any other show in our network, you can visit oldpodcast.com. That's oldpodcast.com. And now let's get right to it as we optimize your life. 4 Words You Want to Use More Often in Your Career, by Deborah Shelby with digtofly.com. Have you ever known someone whose presence is so uplifting you feel better just because you see or talk to him or her? Someone who carries and spreads joy because of their love of life. I know someone like that. His name is Jim Gray. Mr. Gray lives in the building where I work. His passion for his work carries over to an overall passion for life. You can apply Jim Gray's success secrets to success in your own life. 1. Gratitude. I've heard Mr. Gray say many times how lucky he feels that at the age of 81, he is still able to paint. He enjoys life through a feeling of gratitude, and he generously shares and spreads his joy for life. I can't believe I still get to do this, says Jim Gray of painting. He believes he has had a blessed life and that he has been very lucky. I believe he has a wonderful life because of his own attitude. Remember to count your blessings too. Every day, if possible, focus on the positive in your life, not the negative. Mr. Gray does not dwell on the pain of his arthritis or his failing vision. He focuses on how lucky he thinks he is. Make it a point to remember how lucky you are, even if you have to program it into your day timer or appointments or reminders. 2. Kindness. My favorite part of the day is when Mr. Gray sticks his head in my office doorway and says, smiling, "Hello, dear." No matter how busy, stressed, or tired I may have been feeling, I am instantly uplifted by his appearing there because he delivers a positive energy that affects how I feel. You too can have this effect on others, both in and out of the workplace. I know it goes beyond the typical definition of people skills to try to spread positive energy, but being kind and treating others as you would like to be treated, the golden rule, will breed success and happiness. Authentic caring and kindness are some of the key ingredients of a charismatic personality. People will want to be near you, and as a consequence, you will have greater influence and success. Of course, that's not the only reason to care and be kind to others. Living from a space of caring and kindness will directly affect your own happiness because kindness, success, and happiness are all entwined. 3. Humility. Sometimes I hear Mr. Gray in conversation in the hallway outside my office. He is easily engaged into conversation or advice with others by his love for people, and people don't even realize they are chatting casually with a renowned artist. Mr. Gray is too humble to think of himself as a famous artist. That's part of his charm. He makes such an impact on others because he isn't thinking of himself at all. He thinks about other people. He genuinely cares about others. He is sincerely interested in other people. He often talks and laughs at the same time he paints. He told me that when he was young, he learned to work both sides of his brain at the same time in order to enjoy chatting with people and answering their questions while he was working on a painting. He does not see their interruptions as a problem, but a gift. Mr. Gray says, quote, "When you paint outdoors, invariably people will come to share the view you're looking at for your painting and then ask to have their picture taken with you. They want to watch and talk to you while you work." End quote. Jim Gray is a prolific artist. You probably know about the beautiful cast bronze statue of Dolly Parton at the Sevierville, Tennessee courthouse outside the Gatlinburg area. Mr. Gray sculpted that. It's just one of hundreds of wonderful works of art he has given to the world. And 4. Fun. A sense of fun and adventure has kept Jim Gray passionate for both his work and his life. When people ask Mr. Gray what his favorite painting is, he often answers, his next one. This may be what keeps him fresh and excited about his projects. Mr. Gray tells me that when he was a younger man living in Tennessee, he used to go off in a camper by himself to find new subject matter. When he saw a beautiful landscape he wanted to paint on someone's farm, he would knock on their doors and simply ask if he could paint a picture of their magnificent landscape. No one ever said no. "I have a weird but fun job," he says. So that's a weird lesson. Don't forget to have fun at work. Often, especially as we get older, We need to be reminded how important it is to keep having fun, despite all the serious things in our lives and our world. Laugh and have fun. Travel or have some adventure for a fresh perspective like Mr. Gray. Choose several items from these tips, linked here in the post, to make work more fun, and carry them out. Release those endorphins and freshen your perspective so that you can continue or regain love for your work and your life. You just listened to the post titled 4 Words You'll Want to Use More Often in Your Career by Deborah Shelby with dig2fly.com. And thanks so much to Deborah, who is a guest writer on Dig2Fly, and thanks to Karl, who is the creator of Dig2Fly. A little bit about him: he helps entrepreneurs understand their struggles and then turn them into stepping stones. In 2010, Karl was diagnosed with testicular cancer, then was laid off from his job in 2011. And while those were, of course, difficult situations, he calls them blessings in disguise, because since then, he stopped doing work that doesn't fit with his passions, and instead now focuses on things he truly cares about. He's the author of the book Bring Gratitude, and he has a lot to offer on his site, so please come by dig2fly.com for a lot more. I've got that linked in this episode's description. And by the way, dig to fly means dig deep to fly high. He also has a podcast, so you can find the Dig to Fly podcast wherever you get your audio. But that's it for another edition of Optimal Startup Daily. I thank you so much for being here, and I'll be back with you tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.